What's up, guys? It is Colonel Indiana Longnuts here, and we're in the middle of a war right now against KM4. Pretty good alliance. We haven't matched up with them in quite some time, but we're running at 29 right now. We have one opt-out for war who's on vacation, and we ended up matching up with them. So pretty fun war when we fight someone other than Departed or Aggressive or one of the other top alliances, and we have someone new. So there's been a couple things that people have been requesting that I show them. So the first thing is, how do I level up so quickly, and where do I farm? So during Season 4, where there is a reduced cost, I farm this. Province 15, Stage 6. Reason being is it's only 3 levels, and it's pretty quick. It takes 2 minutes on average. Using this team right here. I use Ludwig on here because of his mana gain for Ma'at and Khufu, and really just helps get through the waves pretty quickly. But normally, when there's not one of the reduced costs, I farm on Season 5, Province 19, Stage 6 on hard. We put Gazelle there, and we use Bastet here. Now, the reason I use this is if you look at this bonus, you get 20% attack, defense, and health boost. And I've got one of the Moon family here and 3 of the Sun family. So it's always doing the passive damage, and this team takes about 90 seconds to get through a stage width on 19.6. So I do that on repeat, and I just farm, and that's how we level up so quickly. I leveled up this morning, and I'm at 11%. So in about 6 hours or so, we've done 11% of a level, and today we've been doing Season 4, Province 15, Stage 6 with this team on repeat. So that is where I farm. Now, others have asked about my Titan teams, and I do love Titans, and I love hitting Titans hard. My biggest damage is 902,000. I had about 15 seconds remaining on that Titan, but I one-shotted the Titan. I believe it was a 5-star. It was a green one, and I really wish it had more health because I could have done a million possibly. But out of the 3,984 Titans I've defeated, I have killed 2,274 of them, and a lot of that is due to murking. I'll go in and just one-shot a Titan, typically a 1-star Titan, and quick and easy, and get my ham, get my iron, and get out. So, a lot of people have asked to see my Titan teams, and I don't believe there's anything too special about my Titan teams. This is what I'm working on, by the way. I'm just waiting on one Tabard to ascend this guy, and we're working on Jasper currently, but he's just going to go to 70. because I only have 3 darts. So I'm going to have to wait and then try and get around to these other guys. But we'll go first off with the Red Titans. Obviously, we take a primarily blue team, and the items I use are the same on every Titan. Arrows to blind them, so if I don't stun them, they don't one-shot people like Jot. Tornadoes, minor mana, and medium mana. And when I start hitting a Titan, I use 4 minor mana up my attack boost, and just have a little bit of fun with it. Now, in Gypsy Danger and any top alliance that has no problem killing Titans, typically a 200,000 boundary is set. So in the first 10 or 11 hours of the Titan, typically until it reaches 12 hours remaining, you can only hit it for 200,000. So you'll notice that most of my teams are built up the same way. I do set up my teams from right to left, and the team builds are essentially the same. I have an attack booster, I have a damage increaser in Hammer Tusk, Bobo supplies defense down, Frida supplies the elemental defense down, and Jot increases the tile power. So for red, this is my team. If we go to a green Titan, Oceanus is the attack booster. Buster provides the extra damage increase. Khufu for elemental defense. Sun for regular defense. And Zenobia to increase the power of the tiles on the board. This one, Tarlac for the attack boost, Brienne for the defense, Hammer for the increased damage, Fog for elemental, and Greg, who in my opinion is better than Rat or say Zenobia or Jot for the part that he increases the critical chance of the hero itself. So where Sun alters the power of all fire shields that are on the board, and Jot increases the ice shields on the board, Greg is giving the critical chance to the hero itself. So even the tiles that are not on the board, once they get removed, you still have that critical chance. By far my weakest team is this, because it's set up as a 3-1-1, so the tile power is not there. Mickey, Hammertusk, Goretooth does defense down, Ursina does elemental defense down, and Karnov the same as Jot. He will alter the power of purple tiles. And then the last team is the Purple Titan team. I have Gazelle in there, or I'm sorry, Jackal, just because it's annoying to switch to Costume Leonidas. But this is the better setup for sure. Gazelle, Hammertusk, Leo, Zakina, and I do not have the hero from Season 5 named Esset. And Esset does the same as Jot or Karnov or Zenobia, where she will alter the power. So I use a hard hitter in Kullervo. But for me, it's just easier right now to keep Jackal in there, and Jackal is no slouch for a 4-star. When limit broke, he gets 1,000 attack, 270 direct damage, and Leo does 390 damage at 1,000, so he is the better option. But for me, right now, we're just going to keep Jackal in there to make it easier. Now, I understand not everybody has all these heroes, so there are plenty of other options that you can use. Hammertusk, a quick and easy option for him, is obviously this guy right here, Franz. Franz does the same thing where he increases the damage by 50%, as opposed to Hammertusk, who increases the damage by 50%. So if you do not have Hammertusk, you are not done. You can use Franz and you'll be alright. Now, Bobo I use because he is minus 60% defense to the Titan. Plenty of other options, Tinsel being one of them, who will give you defense down. Also will blind the Titan. Magni's costume here will give you 34% defense down. Some other heroes that can do the same job. Finley gives a defense down at 56. He is very, very good. And then also Morel gives 34% defense down. So there's plenty of options out there. If you do not have one of those 5 stars, let's see if there's any 4 stars that would do that job. I think one of Kirill's costume. You can even use Kirill's costume. Let me see one of his emblemed ones. He is still pretty good. So minus 34% defense. He has a 911 attack. So you don't get the initial damage from the special skill, but you can get it from his special, the defense down. Now for Frida, I have 2 Fridas done, but King Arthur is an option. Let me find that guy. Maybe easier to do this here. King Arthur is a good option. He does provide the defense down against ice. And if you don't have him, a very cheap and easy option is Nordry. Nordry has a costume, 245 direct damage there, 220 there, minus 54%, minus 54%. So I have mine emblemed for the costumed side, but either way, he can provide the same percentage down for elemental defense. Jot is a 4-star. He's the only option to increase the tile power. So those are some other options. Now, if you do not have Oceanus, you can use, get down to reds. You can use the costume side of Wilbur, who gives 100% normal attack, caps out at 140%. Khufu, if you do not have him, you can use Marjana, who gives defense down to fire. And then Sun is a 4-star. That's pretty easy there. I'm sure there are other alternatives. Yamarinin's an alternative. Regular Wilbur is an alternative. I'm not really familiar with the 3 stars, but I'm sure there's someone that does it. Zenobia is the only tile alterer. If you do not have Buster from the Christmas portal, you can use a Franz or a Hammertusk. They do also give the boosted tile power, decreasing or increasing the tile damage. Reason I use Oceanus is he does direct damage and 120% up to 170, so he's a little better than Costume Wilbur, but for the longest time I used Costume Wilbur until I got Oceanus, so he's a very viable option. For Blue Titans, if you do not have Tarlac, you can use Mickey, Gazelle, Wukong, or I believe her name is Adelaide from the Covenant portal, the 3-star yellow. Brienne is the best for defense down. Hammertusk for increased damage can use also Franz. And if you do not have Fog, to supply yourself with elemental defense down, the alternative to him would be Almer. Almer provides defense down against nature, minus 54 there, 58 on the costume, so he is pretty solid. I use regular Almer for events, hence why I haven't broke this side, but 58% defense down is very good. And if you do not have Gregorian, you can use Rat. Rat is just like Zenobia or Jot or Karnov or Esset. He provides the alteration of the tiles. Fog is 58% defense, the same as the costume of Franz, or of Almer. So that's why I use him, a little bit more direct damage. Now, what I should do on Yellow Titans instead of using Mickey is probably using Sergei. On his second charge, he gets 100% normal attack, and that would give me a 4-1, but I don't necessarily like the magic charge on Titan teams. It kind of confuses me. But Goretooth provides a big defense down. If you do not have him, Cheshire Cat gives the Titan 44% defense down. And the other alternative, who is very good, is Tibertus, 34% defense down with either way. Ursina is who I use for elemental defense down. Panther does the same thing to a lesser percentage. And actually, where is he? Sergei on his first charge gives a minus 54% defense against Dark. So he's very, very good also. Karnov is the only one that does what he does. On the Purple Titan, using Gazelle for the attack boost. If you do not have him, one of the most popular Titan heroes in the game is... let's find him. Wukong, not the costume, but the regular 185% attack boost, but the accuracy down is terrible. Hammertusk, Gazelle, or Jackal, we discussed before Leo's first costume with the Elemental. Zakina for defense down. Who else gives defense down? Leo's second costume gives defense down. Vivica's first costume gives defense down. White Rabbit gives defense down. Let's see who's not a 5-star. Bogart does also give defense down to the enemy. He's a little bit more attainable. And then... let me see. Not sure. But this is Adelaide that I was talking about, the 195% attack boost with 35% accuracy missing. She's just like Wukong. If you do not have Gazelle, if you do not have Wu, you can use Adelaide. She is definitely viable. Now, for Kalervo, I should be using Malia to get my critical chance up, but I do like the fact that the Titan cannot use its specials on me, so I do stick Kalervo there. So that pretty much wraps it up for my Titan teams. Here they are one more time if you want to take a look at them. Copy them, do what you please. But that is what I use for Titans. This is what I've been raiding with. This is pretty fun. A Triple Ann, Obacon, and Ludwig team. And that's that. And my defense is doing pretty well there. Hitting me with mono. Anyways. Don't know what else to go over with. Tournament, we finished 1%. Big shout out to Naughty Raven. He took #1 overall in the raid tournament. A big feat and achievement. I was 4,783. Enough for top 1. So I am pretty happy with that. And besides that, I think we've covered everything. As always, let me know what you guys think of the video. Give it a thumbs up. Leave me some comments and let me know what you guys want to see. I've been listening to you guys, making some videos as to what you guys want to see. And I do appreciate all the feedback. Quick update on this, actually. I have finished all my purple heroes, so I am complete with all my 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 stars. So I have nothing to work on besides 5 stars at this point. Up to 526 out of the 750. Until next time, I appreciate you guys watching. Nuts out.